What's up YouTube, it's your boy Rashawn Bone White RB Dubs back at it again with another video.
Let's take our outrage, but let's use it for something positive. He will not be another name added to a list.
Today in this video we will be talking about the shooting of Stephon Clark. It's been all over the news and all over the internet, but for those of you who don't know, Stephon Clark was a 22-year-old male who was shot in his grandmother's backyard on March 18th in Sacramento, California. The police had gotten reports of someone breaking windows around the area of Stephon Clark's grandmother's house. Other officers had reported seeing a man with a toolbar in one of the backyards in the area, which is what got police officers to start investigating that location. The police officers who later encountered Clark in his grandmother's backyard said that they believed that he was armed and that they saw him as a threat, which is why they fired at him. The police said that they had felt threatened because they believed that Stephon Clark had a gun on him, but the object that Clark had possessed that they had mistaken for a gun was actually a cell phone. So altogether, 20 shots had been fired, 10 coming from each of the two officers that had encountered Clark in the backyard of his grandmother's home. A recent autopsy that was conducted on Clark's body showed that Clark was shot 8 times. 3 times in his lower back, twice near his right shoulder, once in the neck, once under an armpit, and in the leg as well. There was a video from one of the body cams of one of the officers that was involved in the shooting, which showed that the officers had told Clark to show his hands once before then claiming to have identified a weapon and then proceeding to shoot Clark. Also in the video, it shows the officers asking Clark to show them his hands after they had already shot him. Another officer who had arrived on the scene after Clark had been shot suggested getting a non-lethal weapon, in which she said the reason for doing that was in case he might be pretending. They even handcuffed Clark while he was laying there in the backyard, dead. Going back to the autopsy, the doctor believed that the first shot to Clark's back was what caused him to turn around towards the officers, which also confirmed that Clark was shot from the back. Family's lawyer says that this autopsy confirms that Stephon Clark was not a threat to the police at all, and that their claims that he was a threat was definitely not true. And this just shows that this was just another senseless police kill. What I strongly believe is that, you know, this is something that definitely has to end. This is something that definitely has to stop. I mean, you know, there's gonna be, you know, other kids out there, other African American black males and, you know, females who are not even gonna feel safe when hearing about, you know, these type of things occurring. And, you know, will there be repercussions for the officers that were involved in the shooting of Stephon Clark? You know, that hasn't been said. There have been protests going on, you know, protests for demanding justice for Stephon Clark and his family. And I believe what we can do now is to, you know, take part in those protests and, you know, demand change, demand, you know, justice where justice is due, and to demand that the proper repercussions are carried out towards these officers. And, this is hard for me to talk about. This is hard for me to discuss, but it is something that has to be discussed. It's something that has to be addressed, and there has to be voices for change in order for us to see the change that we want to see. There has to be people who are willing to step up to say this is wrong and we need to fix it. And that's one of the purposes of my channel, is to talk about these issues and to even talk about these changes that need to happen. My condolences go out to the family of Stephon Clark, and like I said, I hope we can see the change that we want to see, and I hope that these senseless killings of these innocent black human beings comes to an end. I will see you guys in the next video. This is Sean Baldwin White. Peace.
You don't tell people in pain how to handle their pain. You don't tell people when you kill their loved one how to grieve.